Hello everybody, so this is a what if that if you know the movie slash TV show as well, then you're gonna know exactly what this what if is about. If you're not familiar with the what if, or well, if the idea doesn't strike you at all and you haven't lived past before 2010, then okay, yeah, this is gonna be hard for you to understand, but I suggest looking at the movie Limitless and possibly as well the TV show Limitless if you don't know what I'm gonna do. But let's get started anywho. So this is what if Deku had the abilities of NZT or Limitless. Really, I don't really know what I'm gonna call this, but I'm probably gonna go with Limitless because it's easy and it kind of implies the name. So what is going to happen is Deku, he's going to have a quirk, and it's going to happen when he's 5. Now, what's going to happen with this quirk is, I'm going to say, because of how depressing the mood is, this kind of works. This is not only the best quirk to have, but he is probably going to be the most awesome hero in the world if this gets popular. So, yeah, what is going to happen is this. Deku's basically just considered quirkless, but the reason why he has this as a quirk is because of one reason. So I'm going to say, if you don't know, I'm just going to say in the past, when Inka was young, she took, NZT before it was taken completely off the streets, and she just, had it once and was just oh my god, this is amazing, and made pretty much a big life out of it that led to her having Deku. So, yeah. So the NZT, I'm going to say that the drug kind of resided in her, the effects. And if you don't know, if you have taken NZT for a long time, if you've taken it for such a long time, you can actually get moments where you can kind of be on NZT, but you're not. But yeah, so what's gonna happen to Deku is this. As soon as he hits 5, I would say right around I would say right around when he's 5 or something. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make him a late bloomer because I feel like this is gonna be awesome. Because this is gonna be fun if I do that. So I'm gonna do this. No. I actually am gonna do it at 5 because I'm gonna do some awesome stuff there. So what happens when he's at 5 is this. Deku, he once he hits 5, and their basically doctors okay, yeah, you're quirkless because you can't really have a quirk, or it's not awakened yet, or some crap. Deku's entire point of view, everything just looked dark and gloomy for him. Everything was gloomy, and he just felt it was hopeless. Then, you woke up one day, and his, whole change of view, everything kind of just changed. No. More I would say it's when he saved that girl or kid from Bakugo, and after that explosion, it kind of, knocked him out. So when he woke up, he kind of, had these, little itty-bitty flashes, almost, kind of everything's, okay, everything's right, everything's perfect, he can focus more. And that's kind of what NZT is, but this power allows him to access 100% of his brain, which we already do, but come on, how they explain it in Limitless is so cool. It's amazing. So yeah, Deku, he feels these little bursts as he wakes up and he's going home, and when he goes home, he gets homework done way faster than he should have, and then he gets I would say he was a pretty depressed kid. It was more depression over things, because I would say his mom was struggling with money and stuff like that. She's a single mother, really just trying to get around, I guess. And even if the father is sending money, that's pretty much, I doubt that's going to be enough, unless you know exactly the living expenses, which I doubt. Anyhow, so yeah, Deku, his whole view kind of just brightened up. And when I mean brighten up, I don't mean just brighten up like a little bit. I mean brighten up like he just awakened something great. I would say that around I would say right when he gets to school, everything's like weirder for him. And when I mean weirder, I mean he's not just focusing better. Like people around him are just like noticing something different. And I'm gonna say that the teachers are even noticing something different. They're seeing him move faster, get around stuff faster, and he's actually being more active. So they're just thinking, oh wait, maybe he's actually feeling good about himself. He's having a good day, stuff like that. Like, okay, it's a blue moon. He's having a good day. It's good for him. Let's keep it that way because we feel bad for him and all that. Like, we don't know what his quirk is or if he'll have a quirk. So, yeah, I would say that Deku, right around that time, he starts realizing something different. And what's different, may you ask? Well, that's pretty simple. What's different is the fact that he isn't just focusing better. He feels like he can do more, and be something great. And this is where things are going to be awesome. Because this is where I would say that Deku, he realizes he has a quirk. Because there's some things that you can't explain. Like the fact that he is able to see something before it's actually there yet by a reflection that is very, very faint for normal people. So it's kind of hard to actually implement this ability because of how it just happens. So I'm going to say that Deku, right, you know what, fuck it, we're retconning, I'm sorry guys, we're going to retcon, I'm going to make it that, we're going to make it that Deku isn't, he didn't just, get it at 5, I would say he's a late bloomer, yeah, we're going with that story, I'm sorry guys, I'm really sorry, but I'm going to say that Deku, he, how this is going to happen, pretty hard to explain, but bear with me. So how it's going to happen is this. Deku will be, well, you already know he's going to be the same old Deku, it's just going to be different. More brighter and more positive and confident Deku. So I would say that, right around when, right when he's 15, fuck it, doing this, when he's, just 15, alright? I'd say it's right around the Sludge-On attack. So, yeah, I would say it's right around the Sludge-On attack. And how this is gonna work is, fuck. You know what? Yeah, I gotta do it. Alright, fuck it. I can't do it. I can't give him what I was thinking just now. I was thinking of giving him poison immunity and just, he can take the effects of NZT, but no, that's just, no. So, yeah, I'm just gonna give it to, him straight. I could have made him, a lab experiment forever, NZT, but, still, down the line, that doesn't really make sense. Anyways, so, yeah, let's get to it. So, Deku, he, I'm gonna say that he, I really don't know how I should make this story, really. Wow, this is, a really hard story to come up with. Because, it's hard to come up with something for Deku without changing too much. I almost saw that. That was about to fall. Great. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna have to do this. Deku is going to be... Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to do it for the Sludge one, alright? Sorry, guys. So, yeah, it's gonna basically be the same story, just not exactly. When Deku saves Bakugo from the Sludge one, he well, instead of getting praise and having All Might be like, oh, you did a great thing, no, he gets hated by it and doesn't get one for all at all. So I'm gonna say that Deku's like giving up hope on becoming a hero. He's even told by his greatest number one hero, his favorite, that he's nothing. He's basically unable to become a hero because of his ability, like his non-quirk body. But the whole time, he has a quirk, but he hasn't awakened it. And he's blaming himself, he's hating himself, and no one knows what his quirk is. So I'm going to have to do this. I'm going with what I was thinking of when I started this, so... Fuck. Alright, so... it's not fun. Alright, I'm back. So, Deku, he's going to have to get it from the source. So, how he's going to be on, like, limitless power, like, well, not limitless power, but you know what I mean, basically be limitless, like, have NZT powers, I guess, at full access to his brain, is, well, like, it happens like this. See, he's got the gene to have non-stop NZT go through his body. I'd say he has had it once in his life or twice, but they're like short bursts. So, what do you think is going to happen? Well, when you have a factory inside your body but nothing in it to make, that's kind of what's going on. So they just need something to make. They know what the product is. They just need to know how to make it. So I'd say Deku, he's going through a pretty big crisis in his life, and I say he turns to a drug. Like, there's a bunch of drugs out there, and I say that he wants to he's looking for like a type of steroid, really. And he's just giving up on stuff, and, well, I wouldn't say he's looking for it, I'm just thinking he's found it. He's looking for a way out, like a way to become a hero. And I'd say that a friend of his, like most of all, like literally the movie and the TV show did it. Like, oh, hey man, I'm your friend. Let me give you this pill. Yeah, so I'm going to say it's a friend in school. Or actually, better yet, like a kid that, like, felt pity for him, like, it was just really feeling bad. I'd say it's, like, a girl or something like that. Someone that's minor, really. And the reason why I say that is because you're gonna understand it later. So, basically what's going on is this friend feels bad and gives Deku a little container. It's like a, you ever seen Red Dead Redemption 2? Like, remember that container of pomade? It's like that big. It's like that big of a tin little container. And it's filled with pills of NZT. And what the kid says is, these will help you out a lot. I'm giving them to you because I just feel bad looking at you from this. So, Deku, he's not like really big on this whole drug thing. But he's like willing to take anything at this moment. So what he does is he thinks that even like after like the person saying that, oh, one can basically make you like get through a lot of stuff throughout a day. So he thinks, you know what, I'm just going to do it, but I'm going to take all of them. Yeah, he gulps down all the NZT. So how many NZT you're thinking that's going down the drain? Oh yeah, around 200 tiny little pills. Yeah, Deku should have a fucking stroke or die from this because his brain should probably just overcook itself. Yeah, it's not an easy bake oven. It's a fucking nuke going off in his brain. Cooking his brain. Anywho, that's what should have happened. Like, this kid wanted to kill Deku. That's basically why he gave him this. This pill, like, after you take it, like, 7 times, you're pretty much dead. So, yeah. Deku, he is, I would say that he gets, like, hit hard with this, and he takes it, like, at home, and he falls, collapsing, like, making a loud thud that his mother comes in to the room, screaming, asking what did he take. I'd say he missed one pill, because there was like probably like 201 pills, and she sees the pill and she's like, oh shit. So she calls in all medical professionals, saying, even police, saying like, this is the drug he took, I know what it is, I've taken this when I was young, it was a type of steroid for the brain, can you help him? And I would say that this is like, all the police are like, oh my god, holy crap, this is really bad. There's this drug that, like, they all know about NZT and all the things that it was used for and how really messed up people went to the lengths of making this stuff and getting it. So I would say that Deku, after the whole thing, he's questioned, like, after waking up, he's questioned a little bit about where he got from. The person gets ratted out. Luckily, they say, oh yeah, you had a 1% chance of living. And then seeing how you took all this, there was like a 0.01% chance of living. So you really lucked out. When really he didn't. Like, his quirk is the NZT. And I would say that's like right after that visit, he's experiencing the effects of this. And what ends up happening is this. Deku is able to quickly heal himself up, because I'm saying that he took a huge dose of NZT. Normally he would just need to take one pill, and this, like, he would have the normal effects of it. No, he just took a shit ton of it. So what he's experiencing right now, this is like NZT with mutant healing. So yeah, Deku, he feels great. He just feels like he can do anything, really. So what Deku does is, after the whole hospital event and questioning and, monitor surveillance and all that, I think Deku just feels great. And he starts working out, he starts doing all kinds of things. And I'd say that he reads, like, what? He flips through a whole book and then it's read. And he does this to a whole library. In about 2 months, the whole library he cleared out. And this is like a library for all types of reading, fighting, stuff like that. And it's for like medical, like, it's for college, really. It's for college students. So Deku knows everything there is about the world and how to work around it. And this is where things get interesting. So he starts making connections, and within 3 other months, because I already did like 2 months. Okay, I would say in the library it was 2 months, or about, actually no, not 2 months, because like I remember Brandon, or guy from the TV show, he cleared out a whole entire area, so that's like a few hours. So I'd say that Deku did that in like what? Not even 2 months. He wouldn't even need that. He would just breeze through it just by... I'm going to say this. I'm going to say that Deku, he's beyond what the movie and TV show main characters could ever do. And what I mean by that is this. He is able to not only just use these abilities 100%, he's a little bit closer to, like, Lucy. If you don't know Lucy, I suggest you watch it. It was a really good movie. But yeah, he's a little bit near her. A little bit. Like, very little. Like, 1%. And how close is he exactly? Well, let's put it this way. So, Deku, his quirk is never stopping. This is a non-stop quirk. And how Deku is right now, he's able to not only train himself, but he knows how to be an efficient fighter and killer at the same time. He knows how to do some impossible stuff. So, you're probably wondering, what is he going to do? Well, Deku, seeing how he watched TV, and pretty much, I think everybody that's depressed has done this once or twice. They just stay home and they watch a ton of just random stuff, or at least I have. I don't know. I've watched a lot of stuff. All right, I read too much. Okay, I say this to everyone I know. I like say, oh yeah, here's the thing. I don't play video games a lot. I read a lot. There's that. Oh man. But yeah, people wouldn't believe how much I read. Which isn't really funny, because I read too much for my own good. It's not funny at all. Anywho, so yeah, Deku, what ends up happening is this. Deku, he, what's a good word for it? Okay, good, we're still rolling. Okay, good. Alright, yeah, so, like, I would say in, like, 3 weeks. 3 weeks, he is completely, able to make contacts to people that are, like, not contacts. I'd say he was able to make a healthy body, like his body completely healthy and able to quickly pretty much do a lot of stuff. Like, he knows how to play every instrument, use every type of weapon, every type of thing in the world. And I'd say he starts trying this out, and he's doing stuff that it would look like he took, like, professional genius classes or some stuff at Harvard to do or something. Like, Deku is just experimenting with what he can do right now. And he knows he's quirked, and he knows what would happen if he told everyone that he's quirked. Well, he's got a quirk. So he keeps it hidden, that he doesn't have a quirk. Now, this is what happens. What ends up happening is this. Deku, boy oh boy, is he going to be awesome, because guess what he gets? I'd say that Deku, he goes to, he trains his body for the rest of the days, and when he gets to UA, he doesn't trip. Instead, he catches himself and does a flip instead. Remember, he was reading way too much. He's basically able to copycat people like Taskmaster, but also able to do stuff that's, like, beyond what you would think. Like, he's able to learn. He learned both Russian, Mandarin. He learned every language, okay? He even learned how to, like, work with animals. I think, like, a lot of animals were scared of Deku, too. Counting Nezu. So I'd say for the written exam, Deku, he is, like, just breezing through it. He's like, this is too easy. He's correcting some of the answers. And it's so funny because his is, like, filled out completely on each page with a bunch of answers and stuff that completely beats everyone else. And I'd say that the support class teacher isn't even surprised, so he talks to Deku saying, you didn't cheat, did you? And even then, just, like, pauses because Deku did something that normal people would never be able to do. And that is write a ton of stuff in just 1 hour. And I'd say it took everyone else, like, 3 hours. And, yeah, Deku got, well, not even an hour. I'd say it's, like, 30 minutes. So, yeah, next would be the practical exam, and what ends up happening in the practical exam is pretty interesting. Deku, he's, like, cheerful, he's happy, he's just walking by, and he did look into, like, how programming works and security systems, and he has actually already, like, I would say, hacked into UA servers, just because he wanted to test himself out. He wanted to see how good he was, and, like, knowing that UA is, like, the hardest one to hack into, he hacked into it. Mind you, this is a kid that's been on NZT for 6 months and pretty much took 200 dosage. Yeah, that's a lot of NZT, even for a kid his size. Now, I'm going to say this right here. What ends up happening is this. Deku, he, how do I put it? He just, like, goes on his phone, and when he goes on his phone, this is the fun part. The test begins, and when the test begins, Deku just hits a button on his phone, and you just hear, you know the good beat, you know what I mean. And it's just having those amazing music just play around the entire stadium. Everyone's hearing this. Everybody's like, wait, what? And then the robots just start walking towards each other. And each one punch at the exact same time at each other, hitting each other, destroying each other. And Deku's just happy, clapping, whistling, going, woohoo, I did it. I didn't think it would actually work. And everybody's just looking at him. Teachers and all, they're all like, what the fuck? And everybody is like, what in the world did we just witness? So yeah, Deku, he hacked, like, I would say half of the robots. And yeah, I would say half, because I want to have some, like, fun here, because I want him to, show off some cool stuff. So, yeah, everybody's like, what in the world just happened to the first robots? Robots. Yeah, they're called robots now. Robots. Yeah, robots, and I'd say that the students just hurry along and trying to get some points, because Deku just wiped the floor, okay? So they kind of rush in trying to get points, and what do you think happens? Oh no! Deku's just casually walking by, avoiding punches at, like, insane speed, just predicting the movements, and all kinds of attacks. Deku's walking through stuff that should not be possible. He's walking through cold ice storms and stuff like that Todoroki has created. Bakugo shooting explosions, saying die, robots falling all over the place, crashing into buildings, stuff like that. And he's just casually walking through it, dodging all the crap that's going around. And maintaining this cool aroma. Like this cool guy, kind of guy that's like really nice and awesome and just, a guy on NZT aroma. So then I would say that he sees Araka, and the rubble's about to cave in and land on her. So Deku, he kind of just walked casually over to her because it's not about to happen. It's got like 30 seconds, and he gets there in 20. And what ends up happening? Well, obvious. In 10 seconds, the rubble is about to crash down on her, and he grabs her out of the way. And I would say that only one person noticed this, and that was Nezu. Which kind of has him shaking, because he's like, oh my god, how did he do this? How did he do this? There's no way he's got no quirk. It says on his chart that he has no quirk. He's got to have a quirk. What is his quirk? And everybody else, like, thinks, oh yeah, he's probably just super fast. Dude, he was there. Like, there's some kind of, like, sense that he can do stuff. And it's really interesting because he took out, like, people are still wondering if it was him that took down the robot or not. So, I would say after it all, he gets questioned heavily by the teachers, which he explains that he did hack into the systems just to, like, see if he was actually that good. It was his first time hacking. And all the teachers are like, wait, your first time and you nailed UA? And they're wondering, like, how did he get away with this? How did he get into our systems? And I'd say that he got in just, like, by creating his, not even creating, just, like, getting past it, really, just hacking his way through by using a code that's pretty much impossible to use, that he made up. And I would say it beats any other code. So, yeah, he pretty much just, like, and he basically made a type of way to hack through by nuking the system without any alarms being raised. Mind you, here's the thing. I would say that Nezu created this system. So, to outsmart the smartest thing on the planet is a big feat. So I'd say that Nezu is like, you know what, I like him. Let's have him in here. I like this. Can we just put him as a recommendation student instead? Because I like him. And I'd say that Deku, he not only just got in, it doesn't even matter about points. He just outsmarted Nezu. And they think he's quirkless, but Nezu thinks he has a quirk. So, what ends up happening? Well, let's put it this way. Deku, obviously he's going to be in Class 1A. And obviously, people are going to be a little surprised that he's actually this good. And yeah, so this is kind of like my thief one. Now that I think about it, just it's not, because he's using 100% of his brain. He can focus like a mad lad. He can do anything like what happened in Thief. Just it's more that he did it thanks to NZT. Now that I think about this is basically just the Thief one. Why did I do? Well, not the Thief one. Well, the story's a lot different, but so a bit and a lot different. So one change can make it all like Thief. And yeah. So what happens for the whole training with Aizawa? Well, seeing how Aizawa sees that Nezu likes Deku, it's gonna be hard to get expelled. Because they don't want him to be like, oh yeah, we expelled him because a teacher thought he didn't have the determination to do so, even though he is the smartest person on the planet besides Nezu. So yeah, they would definitely keep him. And I'd say Deku, when he's like in the class, everybody's like wondering how he acted, how is he like this good, what is his quirk, and Deku just says he's quirkless. And they're not buying it. And he just explains, I just read a lot. And instantly he starts profiling everybody. Just by how they look, how they are, how they're just looking at them. He can profile them. How their eyes are, what they're even looking like, and he's able to quickly profile every single one of them. Also based on memories of, well, because remember, with this ability, he's able to access, he's got, precognition? I can't remember. Basically, he could just, remember what happened before, pretty much perfect detail. And I'd say that Deku, he not only just completely outdid everybody just by profiling them, he actually starts, when people walk up to him, before they can even say anything, he tells them their name, who they are, and what their family does. Even Araka. And Ida, I would say, is terrified of this. How does he know? How does he know? I must find out. And I'd say even Momo's a little, surprised. Oh, you've heard of me. Okay, that's great. Thanks for knowing, my biggest fan. And it gets interesting because you must remember this. He also profiled someone interesting. He profiled Shoji and pretty much everybody. Which, after, 5 times, it just starts getting okay, how does he know everybody here? And Minyetta, he, profiles deeply. And he explains how he's, literally a pervert. So, what do you think happens? Yeah, everyone's wait, what? He's a pervert? Ew, ew, ew. And everybody's okay, maybe he's not the worst guy in the world because he just identified a pervert? Thanks, guy, that we don't really know that well. So, yeah, they're all, they were hesitant, but now they're you know what? Maybe he's not so much of a bad guy. But then again, he is kind of pervy knowing this information. And then, I would say that, after, explaining the information, I would say that, they would, I think one person would ask, I don't really know who, maybe, actually Todoroki might, well, no, Momo. Momo would probably ask, how do you know about us, etc., and Deku just says, well, I just looked at you, and, well, it's kind of obvious. And it was probably the funniest thing ever, because he's able to not only just, he kind of also, explained that he read a lot in a huge library for, college students. And how did he get their connections? With Limitless, anything is possible. With NZT, you can literally learn how to drive a car in 5 seconds, so I don't doubt this at all. So, yeah, Deku, he, everybody's, impressed by what Deku's able to do. So, yeah. Let's put it this way: knowledge is power, and Deku has all the knowledge in the world. he's broken. So I would say that while when they do the training whole thing, everybody sees Deku's body, and they don't really think much of it. They just see that he has pretty strong arms and strong legs and a good core. Nothing really too, obvious or too big to note. So, what ends up happening is this. Oh boy, this is not going to end well at all, because this is too much of a funny thing to say. Well, for the speed, Deku, he breaks out at a sprint like he's a pro, like a pro athlete. And I would say he matches Ida's speed. And that's a little terrifying. Like when he runs up on Ida, he's right next to him and he's like, "Hey, Ida, how you doing? A lovely time for a jog." And he's like, "What did you just do? How are you running this fast?" And yeah. Then I would say that Bakugo, he is really when he profiled Bakugo, he was like, "Hey friend, how you doing? It's been a while." And everybody else is like, "Wait, you know each other? What the hell? How do you know this genius? This beautiful genius, he is amazing. How do you know this man?" So yeah, what ends up happening is simple. Deku, what he does is, for the next part, the strength, and I would say it's the long jump. Yeah, Deku does pretty damn good. For the strength, he does alright. He's not too strong, but he's not too weak. He's right in the middle of a good solid strength. And I would say for the long jump, he everybody thinks he's gonna do good, and then he does it, and he kind of makes it right above I would say right above, I think he's third place. Cause screw it, it might as well be just third place, right? Yeah. So yeah, what is Deku gonna have next? Let's see here, the ball throw. Now, seeing how he has mastered all things of reading and how he's read everything, I'd say he mastered how he can contort his just make his muscles strengthen when he throws a ball or throws anything. He studied every type of manual, every type of thing for how to throw something, use something, anything. And he's like a supercomputer at this point. Beyond a supercomputer. How do I explain it? Let's say, I really can't really explain it. I really can't. Alright, so yeah, let's do this next. Deku, he, how I put it, he, yeah, he throws it for he throws a ball that's a fastball for 30 miles per hour. And I would say it goes really far, because he throws it pretty high up too. So wind velocity as well, it goes pretty damn fast. And how fast are you thinking? Oh my, how fast indeed. He was going way faster than it should be. For a kid his age, he should be able to throw it for only 30, maybe 40 if he really tried. But he threw it around for 60 miles at the end, which got him above Bakugo and in second place. So sorry, Mignetta, you're out. Next is the heroes versus villains, and seeing how Deku doesn't have a quirk, and we have to have Kendo in here, I'm gonna have to give him, put him with the most second useless quirk character in the entire UA. And I don't know why he's in the hero courses, because if you look at his quirk, again, you're going to agree with me that it's kind of ridiculous. His quirk, it's the tail guy, okay? It's the tail guy. Tell me, how is that quirk useful? Can anyone explain that to me? If you can't, then tell me this. If it's useful, explain to me how having a tail that is like having another 2 arms is. Or better yet, just having another leg is. Just tell me the way how a tail is useful. Humans have lived without tails for a long ass time, and this guy is a monkey man. He has a tail that looks like both of my legs were pushed together and fused to make one pogo stick. And it looks so veiny, you could consider it to be a penis. Like, it's so veiny. Like, did anyone ever see those veins bulge? Like, every time I see it, I'm just thinking, that's like 2 legs, like, just my whole bottom, like, waist, just contorted. Actually, not contorted, like, more like fused together. So, just so veiny and just so weird looking. Like, it moves so, Like, if you're gonna make a tail, give him a cat's tail, at least. Make him Catman. Like, that it's, like, more appreciable. Like, you can enjoy that. You can, like, actually him having a tail. Or give him whiskers, maybe. Like, whiskers, like, they are some impressive things if you think about it. Like, cat whiskers are amazing. They're actually, cats are really amazing if you think about it. But, no, let's give him a veiny tail that is super long and makes you think, how does he go to the bathroom without actually, I don't know, breaking the toilet? Like, seriously, that thing must go in the toilet, and then he must poop. And then he must pull it out of the toilet, and then clean it off with several paper towels and shampoo that he carries on hand. Like, seriously, think about this. How is he actually able to function in society with that thing? So big and, so weird looking. Tell me it's not. Okay, yeah, he's paired up with him. And who he's against? Kendo and Invisible Girl. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. So what ends up happening is, it's gonna be interesting. No, I can't deal with veiny tailman, so I'm replacing with Momo. So, yeah. So I'm gonna say that, before the whole thing begins, Deku is gonna be... his hero suit, it's just like a really big jacket, like a fur jacket kind of thing. And it's got like all kinds of layers and stuff to protect him from shrapnel and stuff like that. It's kind of got like a lot of Kevlar and stuff that's like really, heavy, but yet at the same time light in some cases. Like, he's able to wear this and just really not get hit by anything that's going to really damage him, really, like, sharp-wise. Gun-wise, I probably could, yeah. It's like John Wick's suit armor. That's basically what it's like. So, yeah. I'm also going to say that, he's just carrying around his phone, too. And I would say a laptop that he's made within, like, 2 weeks. No, not even 2 weeks. A day. He made a laptop in a day. And I'm going to say that, he's just, he actually also probably modified his phone a bit, too. And I would say, around when he gets into the, whole thing, I would say he's on the villain's team instead. Because I'd say All Might wants to see how far how good he is on defending. Because they've seen how good he is at, going against people, in a sense, kinda. Actually, no, they haven't. So, yeah, I guess it is gonna be a good chance for him to be on the, heroes team. Show how good he is at attacking. Because they've never seen him attack. So this might be a good learning experience for everyone. So, yeah, let's go with this. Deku. Yeah, he does something interesting. And that is this. He has Momo make him a special weapon. He asked for a battery, a pole, and some other stuff. Basically, he just made a stun baton. And, yeah, Momo kind of just helped him make a stun baton that doesn't even really look like a stun baton, to be honest. Like,
it's kind of like a hidden blade stun. Like, if you ever seen his Assassin's Creed, it was a game, I think it was Syndicate. This guy had like a taser version of a hidden blade, kind of like that. So yeah, that's kind of what he has, and what ends up happening is he kind of just walks through easily. You know, and better yet, no, I'm gonna say that he doesn't have that stun baton. I'm gonna say that he has a needle. And like like she said, like, you can't kill anyone with that. That's gonna kill someone if you hit somewhere like they can't, you can't hit anything vital. And he says, "Oh, it's not gonna hit anything vital, I swear." So what ends up happening is this: Deku, he kind of like, while walking, he kind of makes the point dull. To the point where it wouldn't actually, like, kill someone if it hit, like, a heart or anything. Like, he was making it specifically dull in a certain area. And what ends up happening is he kind of, like, hides it, like, up his sleeve. And what ends up happening is this. When, I'm going to say he's facing Bakugo and Ida just because, why not? And because I kind of want this to happen. So Bakugo, he kind of goes at Deku with an explosion, and Deku just avoids this. And he gets close to Bakugo and quickly kicks him in the face. And what does he do after that? Well, let's put it this way. He takes out that needle and stabs him. Where, you might ask? Oh, I don't know. How about right in the back? Now, this is a blade that he stabbed him pretty much in the most, I would say it's painful, but mainly because of what is going on there. It is like, how do I put it? He stabbed it to the point where it would be touching, I don't know how to explain it. Really, this is like, I really don't want to do that, actually. No. Because I've had a back injury, and I know how the pain is, so I wouldn't do that. That's unbearable. And even if I even have eye pain tolerance, I still felt the pain. So that's, yeah, no. No. Better yet, he just kind of like threw it into his toe, like his big toe, into the nail and through. And I would say that he kind of just like pretty much kind of went in the air and kind of did like a double kick down onto his like head, having him drop to the ground, hit the back of the needle that was super dull, and kind of bounce off it. His forehead hit it. It's not going to kill him, it's just going to knock him out. Although it will hurt his leg. And I would say that's like right when that happens, he's just knocked out instantly. Everybody's like wondering, what did he just do? So then when they get to the bomb room, I would say Momo is, she's having a hard time. Like, yes, she's creating stuff to try and get his attention. But when Deku goes in there, Ida tries to kick and hit Deku. Deku's just dodging this. He's getting away with just dodging it. And I would say that's when Deku, he thinks it's about time he kind of threw his own little punch. Mind you, if he's been reading a lot, so get ready for some fun. Deku just punches him once in the face, breaking his helmet. Why do you think that? Well, why is it that he just broke his helmet? Well, he hit it in like this specific area. Let's be honest. Helmets and armor that Ida's wearing, they all got their weak points. There's no way that a helmet that looks like a goddamn motorcycle helmet is gonna be that strong against a punch in a specific area, because there's always limitations they have to put. Where did he punch? Kind of like right where the eye is